All right, so you got to hear my dry tumbler that started. I have my watch, so I'll have to go look at a clock here in a little bit. But since I'm starting all this together, I just dumped 2.5 quarts of warm water, a squirt of Dawn, and about a tablespoon of Lemmy Shine. And now we're going to take our wet control group, dump that in. And when I do the wet with decap, hang on one sec. Okay, so I have, as I was saying, I will do the new solution for the wet decap of Dawn and Lemmy Shine, so as well as the same 2.5 quarts, just to keep things as controlled as possible. So I'm turning this until, so the directions for the Hornady weren't too nothing earth-shattering. All right, so I don't see anything leaking. That was probably from me and the sink. All right, so I'm not seeing any huge water leaks, which is what this wonderful bar mat will do. And I'm a dumbass because as I just tighten this bad boy up, I realized, so I have my brass, I have my solution, my cleaning. Oh! Whoopsie. Okay. See? My first fiasco with cleaning. This is why I don't like wet. So now we have a wet mess. All right, so I'm going to use stainless shiny. And I'm not supposed to exceed 17 pounds. And cleaning the brass is going to be... All right, so we know that this goes like that. Fuck. I have no idea how this went. Fuck. I think it went like that. Yeah, fuck me. Fuck, motherfuck. Well, this thing looks interchangeable, so fuck it. Fuck it. Again, I don't like wet cleaning. And now you're seeing the why. Has nothing to do with the tea. For all of you tea fuckers out there. Alright. Let me dry this off so I can tell if things are leaking. Alright. Back to square one, and I'll have to watch the video to make sure what I just did is correct. I'm assuming I'm good. Pretty sure I am. Simple science. Expanding O-ring. All right, let's see if we got leaks. So far, no leaks. All right, so I will dry this. And because I don't trust this process to be less than messy, I will be checking on it. Cheers. Oh, love my evening tea. I should be British, English. This is not made of aluminum. Okay, we're blinking off. And let me check the directions. Okay, that's supposed to set the cap side. This lovely red side is supposed to set out to the left. We are going to start we're going to do an hour. So, the difference between this and the tumbler is the tumbler does not have a timer, and there are two motors. There's a lower speed motor and a higher speed motor. So, you know, it says operations, press up or down to increase or decrease time, press start and stop. That's kind of it. So we'll be back in an hour, and I will turn my dry tumbler back on. Now it's loud as shit in the garage. Hopefully, let me put my power up on high, or rather up above something, so in case this does leak or flood, we're covered. But see you guys in an hour. So it's loud. I came in to check at the halfway mark, no spills, which is a great thing. And I put my hand near here and I thought, holy shit. So let me make sure so tabletop is 75 degrees. 139 degrees, 133, 145, 139, 147. So about 147 degrees. The bucket is 87, 113, 113, 135, 79, 79, 80, 79, the bucket, 87, the side of the 87, 147. So this puppy gets kind of hot. Back of the machine, 141. So it's a hot little devil. But it's not leaking and nothing's blown up yet, so we're cranking away. Okie dokie, let me turn that off for a little bit. Took a little dinner break while this finished up. You saw my heat gun numbers. I think it was 140 some odd degrees on this side. Okay, so this has been off for a number of minutes, and it is 89 degrees, 109, 118, 94, and 83. So it's still hot. 115 on the right side. That got up as high as 140 something. Let me kill power. All right, we're dead. No leaks. That's a good thing. And actually, I take that back. There's a little bit of water. Oh, no, there was a little bit. So there was a little bit of water. A little bit of leakage. I don't know that I would call that a leak. Let's see what's under the mat. Nah. I spilled more water, or I spilled more solution doing my bluing. All right, so I will take this, open it up, dump it into these two straining processors into a bucket, 5-gallon bucket. So you've seen that before because I did that with the 5.7 Sonic cleaning. And let's see what we got here. Okay, I spilled that everywhere. Next time I should open that a little, or at least do that a little slower, because I now have water everywhere. Again, did I tell you guys I'm not a fan of wet media? Yeah. Okay, so that was just careless. So, water all over. Maybe, probably a cup's worth of water. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Live and learn. But So now I'm seeing some pins stuck inside some of the media. This is where a rotary tumbler would come in great, which I have the Hornady rotary tumbler tucked away somewhere. Alright, so I gotta say right now, these look beyond incredible. Yeah, there's no denying. No denying. I cannot be a denier. Alright, let me find a towel. A clean towel. A clean old towel that has character, that has been washed. Okay. So there is my... And maybe this is why I had a little bit of leak, because when I originally effed up, I did not have this on there. So now methinks we will not have leaks. Where's the shiny side? There's the shiny side. All right, so that was my bad. So the little bit that it leaked, BFD. Okay, so I got to tell you that already, holy shit. Maybe I need to rethink my whole wet tumbling. So this was an hour, and these look amazing. Now remember, this is the control of wet with no decap. I went ahead while we were, and I decapped so you can see the grunge in the pocket, primer pocket. But I mean, look at the difference. I mean, that's night and day. I mean, you don't have to be a genius to see the difference between the control group, the pre-control group, and I'm sure the dry tumbling won't look as good as this either, but yeah, this looks almost like brand new brass. So let me go ahead and shaky shake like I did my 5.7 by 28. And that was tap water. That was not distilled water. I could care less about, again, there's no coating on this brass, so I could care less about what's happening here in terms of water spots. But yeah, that's freaking amazing. I mean, that's beyond my wildest expectations. All right, so that was wet. We will, obviously it is still wet because I have no way to dry out the insides, but again, not really caring about that. So I will throw those in there. All right, so that is the wet sample. Actually, I'll probably open that up later on so the air can get to it, but right now I'm not, because I need to do part 2 of wet, and part 2 of wet is going to be getting my pins. So let me use the nasty grungy wet towel I just cleaned the garage floor with. This is my sifter. And I think what I'm going to do is, you can see the amount of foam in there. I'm going to take that and rinse those. And I'll be back with a 2.5 quart of Lemmy Shine. In fact, I'll do my little squirt of Dawn. Tablespoon of Lemmy Shine. Those go back in my bucket once the bucket is dry. So I will fill this, rinse the pins, and be back. Okay, so we're going to transfer these pins into this bucket. And I have this magnet thing, but I'm thinking we're going to try and do it a little bit differently. Let's see how that works. Okay, so that kind of worked. And then methinks for the errant pins, that's where the magnet will come in handy. Again, this is something I would not normally do because, well, one, I'm a fan of dry tumbling. It's just that simple. Because this is a mess. It really is. The results are incredible, but I can see already I've got pins everywhere. And I've got some pins on the towel. So my thought was, so this water is hella grungy. I'll dump it once I finish this next batch, but I'm thinking all right, I am pinless in Seattle. And it's looking like all my pins belong to us. That was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So if you guys have suggestions on pin management, my biggest fear and prevention from going to stainless pins was getting all those pins stuck in my disposer, and this is what changed my mind. So that kept everything out of the sink and the garbage disposal. So that worked fine using a big funnel, my powder funnel actually, which probably due for a little bit of a cleaning. So now we have pins. We have the wet decapped. So I'll probably keep, let me just keep this one. Look at how grungy that pocket is. Okay, keep that off to the side. The rest of these decaps go in the solution, the bucket. And now that we have all the right pieces, we should probably have no leaks, even less, which is great. I don't know if I'm overdoing it. I don't know that there was a right side. I didn't see anything in the directions. All right, so I essentially did a snuggie, and we are wiping this down. wiping off wherever else I've spilled stuff. And we'll bring this back up. So we've only done a little over an hour on the dry tumble. And like I said, I do usually 90 minutes to 2 hours on my dry. Kind of set it and forget it. So let's, no leak. All right, that's an hour. We'll start that. We're above ground if anything leaks. And that will start my tumbler. All right, back in an hour. All right, it's nice and quiet because the wet tumbling is done. I checked it about halfway through, and as you can see, the water stains here. There was leakage. And what's funny, ooh, this is still much hotter. You can see the leakage. Let me turn that off so that we don't have any power issues. And you can see it was all over the mat. In fact, about 25% of the mat. So much for my assumption that there would be less leakage, because there would be that rubber stopper thingy bobby in the bottom of the container. So much for that. But because this thing is so freaking hot, where am I going to dump this? Because it's so hot, the water will dry quickly. And there's my heat gun again. 134, 125, 80, and the bucket is 80 and 90. The friction created heat. The friction created heat. All right, let's get this hot puppy out of the way. So this is hotter than my dry tumbler ever gets. And for my dry tumbler, I'm really gonna have to clean this mat. For my dry tumbler, you will hear me but not see me for the time being. Let's move the camera and the tripod. How am I going to do this? Too cramped. I have too much stuff in one area. I need a bigger garage. All right. So I will, I'm flipping off the top. I might edit some of this out or leave it in, I don't know. I'm using a Frankfurt Arsenal dry tumbler, which is a 5-gallon bucket with a little orb of a ball. And very manual process. With my compressor in the way. And my static sheets for controlling dust. So that's what that looks like. And again, they look great for zero mess. Zero mess, no spilling, no anything. So for me, that is what I call good enough. Obviously it doesn't clean anything inside, no primer pocket. So we will throw these into the dry. And it looks like my wet is condensating a little bit. All right, so that's it for dry. Let me move this up a little bit. So we're going to open this. Hopefully I will not spill it as much. You'll hear it, but you won't see it. Yeah, that's some grody water. It's definitely clean. Alright, so pins come right out of that. No pinnage. No pinnage. Alright, so the moment you've been waiting for. Pick another dry towel that I dried while we were waiting for this hour-long process. So I won't bother you with cleaning the pins out again like I did before. Same process. Let me shake these. Shake them a little bit. Alright, so here was my control of before with, pretty nasty primer pocket. And I'm just going to grab one. And that's a hell of a difference in the primer pocket. No arguing that. No argument. Let me grab a random different one. A little bit of dirt in this one, but better than this. A little bit of, actually that might be water dirt bubble. Let me grab, yeah, it was water bubble. So just phenomenally better. So there was my control. Here is, so make a bit of a difference in segregation. So this was dry, and they're clean. Those are really clean. Those are nice. These are beautiful. Nice, beautiful. These are stunning. This is like what I would do on the polishing wheel. I mean, what a difference. But again, good enough for what I do. Constantly catching the nines. Good enough for what I do. But if you wanted to up your game, which, who can blame anybody for wanting to do that? Another 9. The dry came out great, but the decap pins both inside, I mean, aside from, let me shoot this with air. Yeah, that's, if I was to get serious, like match, that is spanking clean. That's like factory new. primer pocket looks amazing. The outside of the case looks amazing. The inside, I can't say enough about this. I'm truly more impressed than I thought I would be. I'm a fan of brass when I do my brass polishing and stuff. These are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So when you look at the, let me do another control group before. All right, so this was the before, straight up from the range. And this is the after stainless steel pins and the decap. So just, I mean, just wow. Let me see if I can get a flashlight. If that'll pick that up. I mean, to see how grody the inside, and again, let me do a little air, because what you're seeing is remnants. So this is where, if I got serious about wet tumbling, where am I at? There I am. So hopefully you can see that. I mean, that's just the difference. So if I was to get serious about wet tumbling, I would get a dryer, because that would be my OCD kicking in. But I'm not serious enough. It's just a lot of process. I mean, for me to tumble, and again, the control, for me to tumble, it's kind of good enough. So what I'll probably do is, I'm kind of done for the night, so maybe tomorrow morning I will lay all 4 out and do a direct comparison. But yeah, pretty shocked. That's it for now.